This is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I'm him, JIG. And listen. It's the third installment. And yeah, I know. The third installment is usually NBA. But I can't do it. I can't consciously talk about the NBA when it's wild card weekend. I just can't. Listen, you know what? For everyone who wants some quick NBA, the Lakers suck. They're still trying to figure it out. Okay? Dejounte Murray might be on the move. They're still trying to figure it out, but the Lakers suck. Okay? The Clippers are good. The Clippers are really good. They're 17-3 or something like that since December. Okay? What else is going on in the NBA? Not much. There's not much going on in the NBA right now. We're getting close to All-Star break, All-Star weekend. Jamie Jaquez Jr. has said that he will be in the dunk contest. Woohoo. So, back to the NFL wild card weekend. So far, OMG. CJ Stroud is him. He is Himothy. He is whatever you say he is. That's who he is. Shout out to the Houston Texans beating the Cleveland Browns 45-14. Now listen, I'm going to go ahead and eat my crow early. I'm going to eat my crow immediately. First thing in the episode. Nom, nom, nom. This crow tastes good. I said the Browns were going to win. I said that the Houston Texans are going to be a good team for the future. They said, fuck you, Jig. We're here now. And that's what they did. And make no bones about it. These guys on this offense are potent. This defense is good. Coach Ryan's down there. First-year coach, former player. He has these guys motivated. See, that's the difference between just any coach and an NFL coach. This guy is a leader of men. That's what that is. And shout out to the Houston Texans. I believe if Pittsburgh wins, then the Steelers will play the Ravens. But if the Bills win, then I believe it goes the Texans will play the Ravens. I think it's the lowest remaining seed plays the Ravens. Moving on, the Dolphins can't do it. 26-7, folks. Now, I told you, this is where I talk my shit. Because I told you the Chiefs were going to run the ball down their damn throats for 4 quarters. It's a cold game. And I also said nobody wants to tackle in the cold, and the Miami Dolphins damn sure did not want to tackle in the cold. I mean, it's getting to the point where we need to figure this Tua thing out. But before we talk about Tua, I have a question. It's a simple question. It's not much of a question. But it's a question nonetheless. Has anybody seen Jalen Waddle? His last 2 games of the season, he has a combined 80 yards for 2 games. This cannot happen. See, there's something going on with Waddle. I don't understand it. A game like this, you go 2 of 5 targets for 31 yards. He needs more targets. We got to find a way to get him involved. You look at this game last night, 20 of 39 for Tua, 199 yards passing, a touchdown and interception. That interception was terrible. If you saw the interception, it was terrible. The Dolphins could not get any type of run game started. They only ran the ball 18 times, folks. They ran the ball 18 total times to the Kansas City Chiefs 34. The Kansas City Chiefs ran the ball 34 times. Guys, what do I tell us? What do I say the key to football is? What is it? Turnovers, time of possession, and who can run the ball. Who can establish a run game? Kansas City ran for 147 yards rushing compared to the Miami Dolphins 76. Miami had more penalties. Same amount of turnovers. 1 turnover each. But the time of possession was 34 minutes to 25 minutes in favor of the Chiefs. They possessed the ball more. If I have the ball, how can you score? And that's what's key. Look for the Pittsburgh Steelers to do something similar. Possess the ball and don't turn the ball over and play good defense. I'm telling you, folks, in the years of points, we will be asking for defense. Because defense, tried and true, over and over, has seen us through. How many teams have we seen just disappear offensively? But this defense somehow, some way, gets stops. They get a turnover. They put the ball back in the offense's hands. Kansas City Chiefs, listen to me. The Chiefs do not have the better roster. You line up both of these rosters, and I understand the Miami Dolphins were out 6 starters last night. I understand these things. But offensively, I'm talking about these 7 points. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these 7 damn points they put up. What are we doing? 13 first downs. This is not 1 for 12 on third down. 6 of 15 for the Chiefs. Guys, you can see it. 1 for 12 on third down conversions. You're not going to win many football games like that because you can't stay on the field. Your offense cannot stay on the field. And that is a problem. I don't care that it was cold. It was cold for the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs were cold too. Oh, the game should have been postponed. For what? For what? They've known for 4 days. I believe it's called a 7-day forecast. I could be wrong. I think some places even have a 10. I don't know. It's 2024. Technology ain't that great. I don't know. But what I do know is the Chiefs handled it just fine. 23 of 41. They threw the ball 41 times. 262 yards passing. I don't know, folks. You see Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce, 15 catches between the two for 200 yards and a touchdown. That's called showing up in the moment. Dolphins take notes. Tyreek Hill showed up. 5 catches, 62 yards and a tud. What more can he do? Cedric Wilson, he showed up a little bit. 7 targets. But I'm looking at Jalen Waddle with 5. I don't get it. I understand fast guys don't like the cold. Listen, these are facts. These are facts of life. These aren't me just making stuff up. But this is ridiculous. Once again, Tua loses in the cold. Once again, Miami is a warm weather team. It's just that simple. But it's strange. It's so strange to me. In a division where you play in Buffalo, you play in New York, and you play in New England. These are cold weather places, folks. These aren't places that are 75 and sunny. These aren't places that have a breeze. These are places that it gets cold. And they cannot perform. So how the hell are they ever supposed to win a playoff game? Home field advantage? Once again, going back to the end of the season, this is why you beat Buffalo at home. This is why you beat Buffalo at home. This is reason. Because now you're breaking it down Cancun on 3, Cancun on me. What did they say off of Wedding Crashers? We lost a lot of good men out there. This team will not come back next year. This is the NFL. Some of these players you have this year, they're gone, man. You got to strike while the iron is hot. Tua led the NFL in passing, yards, touchdowns. He was top 5 in a couple of categories. I don't understand this. Is it coaching? I don't know. I truly don't know. But from the outside looking in, and I'm going to tell you what I see. I see players who can't live in the moment. I see players that the moment got too big for them. And you can use the cold. You can use all that shit all you want. But I'm telling you, the moment was too big for the Miami Dolphins. And I'm not talking about that defense. I'm talking about the offense. The defense did their job. They gave up 26 points, Jig. Listen, context, people. We got to look at the context. This game was a lot closer until, guess what? That offense couldn't do shit. Going into halftime, it was a 6-point ball game. A 9-point, going into halftime, 7-point ball game. I mean, you don't score for 2 quarters? I don't get it. You don't score for 2 quarters in the second half. You literally just shit the bed. You let Kansas City put up all the points. I mean, it's ridiculous. We're talking 7-16 at halftime. You're in this game. But you shit down your leg. The moment is too big for Tua. The moment was too big for Tua. The moment was too big for Mike McDaniels. It's just that simple. You can sit there and blame it on anything else you want to blame it on, dude. I promise you can blame it on anything else in the world you want to blame it on. But it comes down to the simple base that the moment was just too big. There's nothing else to say. You can't blame it on anything else. The Chiefs showed up and did their fucking jobs. They did what they were supposed to do. Once again, we're wondering what are we doing? There goes another one. Moving on today, Sunday, to the guys who haven't played, to the people who haven't shit the bed. We have some good football today. Very good football today. I think some of the better games are today, hopefully. We only got 2 games because remember, the Steelers and Bills game has got moved to Monday. So we have 2 games on Monday now. But for today, we got the Packers at the Cowboys. Now this game is listen, the Packers offensively pose problems to the Cowboys. When you look at the Packers offense, when you look at Jalen Reed, you look at Romeo Dupes, Jontavius Wicks, you look at Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Jordan Love's legs. These pose a problem to the Dallas Cowboys. This team is doing pretty solid. Matt LaFleur is 2-3 in the playoffs, though, folks. These are stats that cannot be ignored. And I believe this is his first playoff game without Aaron Rodgers. Cowboys are 8-0 at home. They are a different beast with the same animal. But at home, they are a lot better. A lot better at home. This is one of those games where it's going to take a bad game on Dak's part. But with the way Dallas throws the ball, how much they rely on their passing game, it leaves windows of opportunities for teams. It leaves extra time on the clock. And honestly, if a couple things go this way, that way, we could be looking at a lot closer game. A lot closer of a game. Because when you look at, like I said in the beginning, those 5 reasons, that offense of the Green Bay Packers is it's okay. It's not bad. 7-point dogs right now. 7-point dogs on the road. And like I said, they're going to get a little more extra opportunity because of how much Dallas passes the ball. It's like, for example, when you watch Texas Tech with Mike Leach, when you watch Washington State, when you watch teams that sometimes get pass heavy, there's a lot more time on the clock, USC, prime example. USC, they put up a lot of points to the point where their games, teams are putting up 35 points. Well, it's not because that defense is that bad. It's because that offense is scoring so fast, so quickly. There's more time on the clock. So the defense, in turn, plays more possessions. That's the thing about that hurry up, run and gun style of play, is because you're not letting your defense get too much rest. You're not letting them get too much rest. But with all that being said, is what I'm saying is the problem with Dallas in this game. This game could be a lot closer than a lot of people think. The over and unders are at 50. So they expect this to be a kind of a couple touchdowns being scored in this game. They got a couple touchdowns being scored. Overall, I think the Cowboys will win this game. Like I said, at home, it's tough to beat the home team. It's tough to beat the home team. This is why teams strive for home field advantage during the playoffs. This exact reason. Because it's tough to beat the home team. Second game of tonight will be 6, the prime time. Matthew Stafford and the Lions. Matthew Stafford going back to the Lions. And this is going to be a good one. A high-scoring one. Very high-scoring game, I think. I think this game could be like the Chiefs and the Rams on that Thursday Night Football a few years ago. Just points. Just an overall explosion of points. It's just one of those games where if you look down, you're gonna miss a touchdown. If you're sitting there counting change, you're gonna have a problem. I mean, this is a great sitch, and that's sort for situation. This is going to be a good game. I like the Rams, of course. I got the Rams going pretty far in this year's playoffs. I like their team. I like their coach. I like the cut of their jib. And this is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. Listen, guys, I will drop an NBA episode next week. I'll give you some NBA news next week. I'll let you know. But just remember, the Lakers still suck. The Lakers still suck. They just lost to the Utah Jazz. There's not too much to talk about. So once again, subscribe, rate, and review, please. Subscribe, rate, and review. We'll be putting up some props today for some of these games on the Instagram, That Guy Jig on Instagram. Make sure you hit that follow button on there and get the possibility of making some money. I'm not saying all my picks hit, but sometimes they do, and when they do, we usually feel good. So I want you to feel good too. And this is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. Once again, I am him, J-I-G. Subscribe, rate, and review. This show is for you. If you're into sports, this is for you, man. If you're into sports and you don't want to hear the normal, regular, degular, I can turn on ESPN and listen to the talking heads. This is for you, man. And listen, I'm here for you and you're here for me. This is a relationship. You wash my hand, I'll wash your hand. This is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, J-I-G. Peace.